Visit Sailrite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions. In this video tutorial, we're going to show you how to make winch covers for your sailboat. This kit includes all the materials and a pattern to make multiple winch covers in various sizes. The number of covers this kit makes depends on the size of winches being covered. This chart is an approximation of the number of winch covers that can be made with careful nesting of the patterns on the fabric supplied. It's made from Sattler marine grade fabric in multiple colors that you can select from at the Sailrite website, and includes a choker that helps hold it onto your winch. Let's get started and show you how to make winch covers with the included pattern in the kit. To use the pattern, we first need to take measurements of your particular winch size. To measure the winch, you simply need two measurements. You need a height measurement all the way to the deck, and for this we get 7 inches. And then you need a circumference measurement around the bottom or the widest part of the wrench. And we get 19 inches for this. So those are the only two measurements we need for the winch cover. With those measurements, we can modify the pattern for the size winch that you need. This is the pattern that you're going to get with the Sailrite winch cover kit, and it'll make 4 winches, and you can use it over and over again if you need to make more. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at the pattern. This is a winch body, and this is the winch choker, and then this is the winch top. So basically you get 4 of each of those. And it's pretty easy to do. We actually have all the calculations on here. So you take the circumference, the largest part of your winch, which is usually the base, and add 1.25 to that, and that's the cut length. So for us, ours was 19 inches. So, and you want to also round up to the nearest line. So ours is 19 inches, add 1.25, that would put it right about here. We just want to round up to the highest point. So what I like to do is I like to just put a marker on there saying that's where I'm going to cut for that. Now for the height of our winch, we measured it and it was 7 inches. And it says here that you need to add 1 inch for the cut height, which means I'm going to cut on 8. Okay, so that's my winch body. The choker is the cut length of the body, and that was 21 inches. So we'll just put a line here, that's where we'll cut. And the cut height of the body divided by 2. So ours was 8 inches, so here it would be 4. So you may be asking, what if you have 9 inches and you divide that by 2, that would be 4.5. Well, you could just basically split the difference right here, and that would be fine. We made the winch cover pretty easy to figure which line to cut on by the color codes. So we have a green, but basically we ended up on a blue. So there's 1, 2, 3 blues. I want to count from the inside. So if I count over 1, 2, 3, this is our cut line for ours. So I put an arrow on that. So now that we have everything marked, what we need to do is just take a straight edge. I'm using a clear acrylic ruler, and we made it pretty easy by putting hashes on it. And you just strike a line with a marker, and this will be our cut line for the 8 inches for us. And obviously we don't have to do it here because this is on a line here. Same thing with this one. The 4 inches marked here, so all I got to do is put this on the hashes and strike a line, and we only need to go to this blue, so right there. This is Sattler marine grade fabric. It's 100% Sushin dyed acrylic, and it's available in a multitude of colors at the Sailrite website, so pick yours today. We put our pattern right on top of this, and I'll just use some multi-use pins, and I will pin it in place with a pin here close to the side, like that, so nothing moves when I take a hot knife. Then I'm going to put a pin over here, obviously within the area that we want to use, which is right here, and we're going to do that to the choker, and we're also going to put a pin in the middle of this. Now I highly recommend using a hot knife to seal the edges of the fabric, but I'm going to cut up to the point where I have to make my first cut with a hot knife. So cut right into there. This is going to be my good fabric. Then I'm actually going to use the Sailrite Edge hot knife and insert it in there and I'm using the precision cutting blade and foot. And I love this because I don't have to worry about the hot knife hurting the tabletop. So I'm going to cut to here. I'll stop right there because I don't know what size my second winch will be. We're only going to make one of these. And then I'm going to cut on this line and here and here. We're going to cut on this one, here and here and here. Now I do want to show you how to cut this because this hot knife with this foot works really well for circles. So watch this. I'm going to cut up to that, making sure I cut my fabric right up to that blue, and then I'm going to insert this hot knife with this cutting foot. And look at this. This is pretty cool. You can follow that easily with this foot. And we have sealed the edge of the Sattler fabric to keep it from unraveling. I'm going to let off on the trigger every once in a while. There's no reason to get that blade cherry hot. So here we have the materials for one winch cover. There are 3 of them for each winch cover. There are 4 patterns on the thing that you can make different sizes. So the 3 still left down there, but you could use these over and over again to make more winches. You would just need more material. And know that the sizes for the minimum and maximum are on the screen, so you can confirm that this kit will fit yours. We're going to take out the pins, and we're going to remove the material. Since the material was cut with the pattern material, it may be a little bit sticky like this, but it will come apart. And we'll show you what's next.
Up next, we'll hem the body and we'll create a sleeve for the choker.
Okay, we're going to take the patterns off. They will stick a little bit since you used a hot knife, but that actually is not bad. And this is the winch choker, and this is the body. Onto the body, we're going to take our clear acrylic ruler and place it 1 inch from the bottom edge, and then mark it. I'm using a chalk pencil. I think it's called chalk pen actually, but we have other things too you can choose. And then on the choker, we're going to measure up 1.5 inches from its edge. Doesn't matter the edge, there's no right side or wrong side to any of these Sattler fabrics, except for the ones with coatings on them. Now we're going to put the seam stick that's included in the kit along this edge. I'm going to use the Sailrite canvas patterning ruler to adhere it well. We're going to create a 1/2 inch hem here, so we're going to fold up to that chalk line. Now don't worry about the chalk residue. Chalk comes off of this fabric fairly easily, but as with any fabric marking pencil, you always want to test before you use it. Okay, and then I'm going to crease it well. Now on the choker, I'm going to create a hem up to that 1.5 inch line, but I'm not going to use double-sided tape because sometimes the shock cord that goes in here can get stuck in it. So what I do here is I crease it by hand first up to that line, and then I use the Sailrite canvas patterning ruler and crease it really, really well. No double-sided tape for this one. Now this is an 1/8 inch shock cord. It's very, very small, but in past winch covers we used a larger shock cord, but I believe this will actually work better. So that's why we put it in this kit. And I obviously just cut it so it's about 2 inches longer on each end. We're going to take both these to the sewing machine. We could put down the magnetic guide just to make sure that we're accurate, and it's probably not a bad idea. And I want to do a little bit of reversing here. Then you want to sew as straight as possible along this edge and do reversing at the end. So we're going to sew close to that edge. It's already hot knife, so you shouldn't have any problems with it unraveling. And do a little bit of reversing here. Let me cut this thread. And sew, making sure that the shock cord is being fed in and you're not sewing into the shock cord as you sew.
We'll now secure the choker to the body so that we can use it to hold the winch cover on.
This is the body. The hem is up right now. We want to turn it so that the outside surface is are facing each other, so the hem is up now on the top side and the bottom side. We fold it in half and we sew a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to put this at the 1/2 inch mark on the needle plate, and my needle's already in the halfway position now. And we sew this together at a 1/2 inch. And make sure that you do it at a 1/2 inch, otherwise the circle may not fit perfectly, which is okay, it's just not great. So do some reversing here, do a little bit of heavy reversing at the bottom edge, because that's the only thing that's going to be holding this together. And sew all the way to this end and do heavy reversing at it as well. This is the hemmed edge. We're going to fold it so outside surfaces are facing each other again. So here I'm not going to sew it at a 1/2 inch. I'm actually going to wiggle it in about 1/8 of an inch. So basically at 3/8 of an inch. And I'm going to start here, do some heavy reversing again. And I'm not going to sew all the way through the shock cord. I'm going to sew up to this and land in it, and then just do some reversing here. So that's that. Hem is up here, hem is up here. We're going to take this and we're going to insert it inside of the choker. And this is going to actually be folded down. So I want to crease this, I forgot to do that. And I want to crease this down like that. Let's do that first. Crease that on that stitch. And then we'll put it inside of the smaller one. Let's get it in there first. So the bottom edges are going to be lined up, and this will be splayed open like a little butterfly into that choker edge. Trying to make it so you can see it. Like that. So that's what it should look like. And then I'm going to just put this in here, and this is going to be a tacking stitch, so you can start anywhere. It's not going to be a stitch that's going to be visible, it's just to hold it in place while we put the circle on. So I'm just right up against this foot. I don't want to be more than a 1/2 inch from that edge, because a 1/2 inch will be where my original stitch lands. I do a little bit of reversing, and I'll just sew around the perimeter doing this tacking stitch. So that stitch is probably an 1/8 inch away from the edge of the fabric, and then you can roll this around kind of like this as you sew.
Onto that assembly, we'll sew the circular top on now.
So this is our circle, and I do recommend that you cut some slits all around the perimeter. It just makes it a little bit easier. Don't go more than a 1/2 inch. Now there's a second way to do this. You could use a notcher if you have it. This actually works pretty well and notches it beautifully. So we're going to go all the way around, putting slits about, what is this, every 1/4 inch or so. So the best way to do this is to insert the circle inside of this. This is the outside surfaces. This is obviously the inside surface. And just start anywhere. I'm going to start right about here. And I'm going to put it in. And we're going to sew a 1/2 inch from this edge. So our top stitch is going to disappear because of that. I'm also going to put the magnetic guide down just as a reference. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way of your camera view. And then all you do is you basically just push this around. I'm not going to reverse here, but I will reverse when I come back to those stitches. So I see how I'm moving the circle. So it's right up against the magnetic guide as it's parallel to the needle. That's all you do to do this. Now, when we get to the beginning point, I'm going to stop like 2 inches or so before I get to where I began sewing. And I want to make sure that all my panels are going to match up perfectly, because you can actually modify it slightly by shrinking one up over the other. But for now, all I'm going to do is just keep doing this around the entire perimeter until we get to about 2 inches before where we started, and then we'll show you what we do there. So I roll this around as I sew. These are fabric edge match pliers, and they can help pull circles into place. I wanted to show doing it by hand, but if you do this, it's actually a lot easier. You can only do 1 inch at a time, but it definitely makes sewing circles easier. Now I'm coming up to the point where I'm almost two inches from the start position over here. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm not going to have too much fabric in here. And so you almost have to walk this around by hand to see. And I think it looks like it's going to be okay. When I get closer, I might make modifications if I need to, but let's just see, because I'm too far to tell for sure. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna come out pretty nice. Look for wrinkles down here, and I don't think there's going to be any. It looks like we've got about equal amounts of fabric, so I think we're going to be good here. So I can move those out of the way. I'm going to try to flatten this. Yep, I don't have any wrinkles, and I'm going to sew over my previous stitches a little bit because I didn't do any reversing there. I probably should have. And then once I'm over them by about 1 inch, I'm going to do some reversing. I'm going to do some reversing right here, making sure that I actually sew off into the seam allowance area rather than in the circle. That way I don't see the reversing from the inside. And there is our circle.
Tensioning the shock cord that's used inside the choker is next.
Before we turn it right side out, we're going to take this choker and I'm actually going to raise it up kind of like a flower. This gives us the ability to tension it easily. So it's up like this. And then what we can do, because we want to take out about half the shock cord, so I'm going to pull on this one, distribute the wrinkles in the canvas, and I'll hold that, and then I'll pull on this one. Basically, we're just trying to shrink it up to almost half the size, and it's totally adjustable depending on the size winch that you have. You just want this to be able to hold well. Since this shock cord is hidden from the sun, because it's inside of a sleeve, it does last a long time. You don't have to worry about that as much with a shock cord that's totally hidden. Then we're going to tie probably 3 underhand or overhand knots. If I can find, yeah, there we go. There's 1, and I am going to leave the tails a little bit long. Because if I need to release some, I can, and I will use a hot knife, so I'll leave them probably that long. I'll use a hot knife and touch the ends, and we'll leave it like that. Now we can turn it right side out after I use a hot knife. And we'll see what it looks like. So I'm going to turn it right side out and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so there's what she looks like. There will be small wrinkles in it because when you do sewing, math doesn't always work out exceptionally well. There's a small one right there. Had I had bigger wrinkles, I probably would have distributed them around the perimeter, but this one was pretty much right on, which is good. And there's what the choker looks on the inside, and we'll show you how to put it on the winch next.
In this chapter, we'll show you how to install the winch cover on your winch.
So our winch cover is complete, and to install it you need to turn it almost wrong side out, not all the way, but enough to get to the choker. So the choker is here. Straighten out the choker a little bit. It's a little bit stiff when it's brand new, but softens up over time. And then install the choker over the top portion of the winch. That keeps it from blowing away. And then simply pull the cover down around the winch. Again, this is brand new, so it's got some stiffness to it. As soon as it's used for a while, it'll definitely soften up. So let's get this in position. So there's what our winch cover looks like. There's the top. It's a pretty good fit all around, and it fits nicely at the bottom. Turn it around, you can see what it looks like everywhere. There is one seam to the side, but that's what you can expect from the Sailrite winch cover kits. And this is a self-tailoring winch, but it works also for the non-self-tailoring winches.
Order the Sailrite winch cover kit, available in multiple colors of Sattler marine grade fabric from Sailrite today. I'm Eric Grant, and from all of us here at Sailrite, thanks for watching.